history. Doesn't matter whether or not you think politicians are elected, selected, whether or not you like Trump, don't like Trump. This has been the most significant political movement in recent history, in my humble opinion. Absolutely.
Thank you very much. Wow. Well, I want to thank you all very much. This is great. These are our friends. We have thousands of friends on this incredible movement. This was a movement like nobody's ever seen before. And frankly, this was, I believe, the greatest political movement of all time. There's never been anything like this in this country, and maybe beyond. And now it's going to reach a new level of importance because we're going to help our country heal. We're going to help our country heal. We have a country that needs help, and it needs help very badly. We're going to fix our borders. We're going to fix everything about our country. And we made history for a reason tonight, and the reason is going to be just that. We overcame obstacles that nobody thought possible, and it is now clear that we've achieved the most incredible political thing. Look what happened. Is this crazy?
So we shall see. I mean, we've heard Trump campaigning. He's just said he's done over 900 rallies throughout this campaign. Absolutely astounding. But 900 rallies just in an election campaign. Admittedly, the US do campaign for a long time, much longer time than we have our political people in Australia doing so. But 900 rallies, just astounding for just one of those campaigns. So we shall see on his campaign trail. Of course, we had RFK join him, taking the fluoride out of water. Will that happen? That would be amazing. Can you imagine if that happened in Australia? If we had someone with the testicular fortitude to be able to do that. Get on with making Big Pharma, CDC, FDA, all of them, making them the agencies that they should be about healthcare, not death care. I hope RFK can do that. I have hope. We have to have hope. What else was during the campaign? Immigration, borders, mass deportation. Will we see mass deportation? We shall see. The tariffs, no tax on tips. I think that's pretty, especially the no tax on tips, are pretty easy to do. Elon said that he's happy to help with improving the efficiency of government. We shall see. Drill, baby, drill. Trump likes fracking, has already told RFK to go ahead and take care of health, make America healthy again, but stay away from the drilling and the fracking and all of that. So, and no men in women's sports. Will we see this? No men in women's sports. Out of everything, I mean, of course, we want everybody healthy. No fluoride. Yes, fucking mass deportation. Go for it. But no men in women's sports. Women's spaces. How dare you talk about women having spaces, let alone what is a woman? That will be one of the big things, the big ticket items I'm going to be looking at, because we're talking about ideological subversion when we're talking about men infiltrating women's spaces and the general public accepting it. This is ideological subversion. This is the most difficult to tackle, and I really want to see if this is possible, if it happens. No men in women's sports, no men in women's spaces. What is a woman? It's a biological adult female. This is the ideological subversion that needs to be counteracted. Will this be possible? This is one of the big ticket items for me that I will be keeping a close watch on. So I think I'm going to stop screening the share, everybody, and I can still hear the sound. I don't know if you can. I'm just going to turn that down because it's interfering with my hearing. So yes, that is one of the big ticket items for me. Anything that is directly related to ideological subversion, these are the things that are going to be really difficult for someone who is there for the people. We had, quote, Trump say, promises made, promises kept. I'm going to hold him to that. Promises made, promises kept. Is he going to do it? Big ticket item for me. Ideological subversion, promises, no men in women's sports. Can we get there? Hi, David. Okay, yes, you're replying to in-house comments. Effie, yes, no men in women's sports. Women's spaces will be protected with this win. Children and parents' rights will be protected. This is such good news. I certainly well hope so. Effie, as I said, we just had Trump say promises made, promises kept, and it's time to unite. Success will bring us together. I hope this is one of the things which will eventuate, is that women, I can't even believe this is coming out of my mouth, women will be allowed to reclaim their private spaces. And they're spaces that are dedicated to their abilities because, lo and behold, men and women are different in their roles in sport, in the workforce. I know people don't like to hear that, but it's true. How many women do you know that are out there on oil rigs doing the hard yards, doing the time away, doing that hard work, and all the other list of jobs that women can't do? Don't like it? You're in the wrong place. So those ideological subversion, mind virus, nasty, predatory, insidious nonsense, so destabilizing thoughts, laws, policies that have infiltrated America, Australia, particularly Five Eye Nations. I want to see this one, no men and women's sports. Can we get rid of this one little part of the ideological subversion? Just a couple of comments that I wrote down. Going to put my 2 cents in now. Greatest political movement. I would agree with that. Now, whether or not you like Trump or whatever, don't care. Greatest political movement. It's certainly been. Greatest has a lot of different meanings. I can go with that. Greatest political movement, most significant political movement in recent history. Yes, absolutely. Doesn't matter whether or not you think politicians are elected, selected, whether or not you like Trump, don't like Trump. This has been the most significant political movement in recent history, in my humble opinion. Absolutely. We had Trump also say, quote, we need to heal the country. I mean, we need to heal the world. And who said that a long time ago? I think it was someone called Michael Jackson. I really did like that Trump spooked his wife and her book. He is a wise man, spooking his wife. He did a good job there. Props to Trump for spooking his wife. Any good man does things like that. What else did we have? When Trump was talking about Elon, and we have to protect our geniuses. When Trump was talking about, getting Starlink into North Carolina during in the aftermath of the hurricane, and talking about the rocket landing and all the rest of it, we have to protect our geniuses. I also think that is a very, very fair statement because we know that people. I'm sorry if there's a bit of background noise. We all know that wonderful, very smart people throughout history mysteriously die, mysteriously get deep sixed, all those sorts of things, whether or not we like Elon or not. The things that he does have the power to be incredibly positive and equally incredibly negative. But I think that's a fair comment too. We have to protect our geniuses because we've seen in history they're not. They are deep sixed. Nina, wonder if there'll be a little panic tonight if they vote on the terrible mad bill, the mis and disinformation bill. Yes, I have been watching that today. Go along and subscribe to Australians versus the Agenda on YouTube, Rumble, X, all of them. He is all over this today. I'm sitting here covering this right now. Australians versus Agenda is staying there strong, watching our politicians today in Australia with this mad bill. So please go along and subscribe to Australians versus the Agenda. Dana White, I'm a big fan of Dana White. So it was great to see Dana there. He has 0 buttons to give about what people think. And the story behind Trump and Dana's relationship is very interesting. I just think it's great. Anyway, I'm a big fan of Dana White. These UFC fighters and all the people there, they say it. They say it all out loud. That's why I like them. And Dana mentioned thanking Trump's family and Joe Rogan. If you don't know the history behind Joe Rogan and Trump, and for Joe Rogan to come out and endorse Trump, people can go into all sorts of conspiracy theories about that. But anyway, I like Dana White. I think he's fabulous. Also, Trump said this needs to be turned around fast to save our country. I agree with those sentiments. We shall see. Again, I'm not being negative. I'm trying not to be pessimistic. I'm trying not to be skeptical. I'm taking comments as he's said and looking at them to what's important for me. And I think people can agree in all of the Five Eye Nations, indeed across the world, that everything needs to be turned around fast to save the world because we have unelected, nefarious people with an agenda. So I will agree with that statement. It needs to be turned around fast to save the country. We need this for the world. We shall see. We shall see. And anyone who watches me knows we shall see. United around common core of common sense. Well, common sense isn't so common anymore, is it? So another statement, quote from Trump, I'm going to hold him to as well. He also talked about the military. It's great to have a great military that we don't have to use. I don't pick sides with Israel and Palestine and all the rest of it. I just say, shall we not just kill each other? And so I like that quote as well. Let's have a great military that we don't have to use. I think that would be fabulous. Absolutely fabulous. Suzanne, only way to save the world is for every person in the country to come together and get them all out, basically. Yes, I do have a closing comment from another viewer that I'll end with. Thank you for that, Suzanne. And Trump, God spared my life for a reason. Hope so. So what a very interesting day, a very historical day, as I said. We shall see with RFK, immigration, Elon, all of the campaign talking points. Yes, I'm going to use that word with Trump, and all of the things that Trump has talked about, in particular, which relate to the parts of society which have been infiltrated by this ideological subversion. I want to see what happens. I'm going to reserve my judgment, and I'm going to be hopeful. I'm going to be hopeful because if we're perpetually negative, it doesn't help. So I'm going to be positive. All right. So the last quote I'm going to end with, let me see if I can just find it here, is from one of our viewers, one of our wonderful viewers. Oh, please let me be able to find it. And it is from none other than wonderful Mr. Martin Taylor. And I really like this. Martin has said, he's commented here, being the leader of the free world means the rest of the world also restores its freedom under Trump's leadership. That's right. The world is not going to be healed, even if Trump does everything he says, even if he's true to his word, and his team around him. We cannot restore the beautiful place that we actually live in unless the rest of the world also restores its freedom under what we now have is the 44th president of the United States, Trump's leadership. I really like that, Martin, because we've seen over these past few years through the COVID war, there is no one person. There is no leader. It is a combined effort. Every single person matters. Every single voice matters. All of our actions matter. Our motivation matters. So I really like that, Martin. Thank you so much. Being the leader of the free world means the rest of the world also restores its freedom under Trump's leadership. Right, that's it, everybody. I'm going to hold out hope. We shall see. We shall see. And I really appreciate everyone joining me today.